What I wanted to talk about today was the EverQuest roadmap that we got for 2022. If you've been watching my channel for a little bit now, you'll probably remember that I covered this whenever it was first announced, and I thought it was amazing news. I still feel like this is amazing news, but what I wanted to cover was what we've covered so far, what they've actually changed from the roadmap, and what we have to look forward to. So we're just going to go ahead and start at the very top here. The original roadmap, January, February, March, April, May, and by the time you're seeing this, it's probably just about June. So let's just cover what we've gotten so far. The last post where they talked about how we've come so far, they were covering January, February, and March. We've passed April, and now we've passed what changed for May. In January, we got the Community Resource Council. February, we got Erolicy Day, 64-bit servers and clients released to live servers. That went pretty much hiccup-free. March, we got the 23rd anniversary to start. We got Brew Day, Stomples Day, Bristlebane Day, and we got some miscellaneous updates. April, we got the continued anniversary. We got the Fabled events, we got some new anniversary quest, we got some new classic achievements. In May, we got the Mercenary rank simplification, which most of you people who don't play on live servers haven't noticed this yet. But this was in the very most recent patch. Mercenaries have all been condensed. Originally, there were Apprentice Mercenaries and Journeyman Mercenaries. There were ranks 1 through 5 of each of those. Now, they've removed the quest line, and they've completely simplified ranks 1 through 5. Now you just have Apprentice Mercenaries and Journeyman Mercenaries. The Apprentice Mercenaries, best that you can get for free, and the Journeyman are the best that you can get for paying for them. Now they're just rank 5 across the board. What we have coming up next, supposedly this is what we have left. For June, there is the server merge going for Finical and Miracle. For July, there's the new Scorched Skies event, new Overseer achievements and rewards. For September, the Heroic Characters update. So for you people who are thinking about starting on live servers but you want to make a heroic character, save your money. Unless you have one just like ready to use it and you don't want to wait, save your money. Because here soon, instead of starting at level 85 for heroic character, you're going to start at level 100. And that's where it's really going to get confusing for a lot of people, because as confusing as characters are when you make one and you start at level 85, it is twice as confusing at level 100, because the abilities and everything that are improved and the amount of AAs that you have going from 85 to 100, we're talking in the vicinity of 10,000 AAs. It is a lot. You're going to have to make sure and read up on your character, read up on your class, and start fresh. Because especially if it's a class that you've never played before, even if it's one that you've played before but the last time you played was level 65, it is a night and day difference from 85 to 100. So just be prepared for it to be completely overwhelming. For October, we have 2022's expansion beta and pre-order. So we're just a few months away from another expansion announcement. And then we have new content for Knights of the Dead. For November, we have the charity for Children's Miracle Network. It's a great thing to go for. And new content for Feast of Giving. December 2022, we have the expansion launch. And then for throughout the year, they said that they're planning on working on raid zone performance, class tuning and balancing, which they have really already been laying heavily into, and anti-cheat improvements. There are two things on this list that we have seen very little announcement of so far as what they've done to improve it and what's coming. So the anti-cheat improvements, I don't know what they've done to change that. I haven't noticed, because I don't use any third-party programs. I don't use any cheating programs that some people might consider would be okay, but they just think they're not okay on certain servers. This is where I'm genuinely kind of curious about everyone else's feedback. A few months ago, I dropped a post that says Daybreak is done with cheating, and I got a lot of very upset comments from people talking about how if Daybreak or Darkpaw actually cracks down on cheating, then the game is dead, for sure. They are convinced that if suddenly you're no longer able to use MacroQuest, then this game is going to be entirely unplayable. I don't really know what to think about that, because I am a fairly casual player. Do I play a few hours a week? Yes. Do I need any programs to assist me with playing while I'm doing it? No. There are a lot of people out there that really like using, I think it's IS Boxer. There's a couple out there that use MacroQuest so they can help box their characters. So basically, you press one button on your keyboard and it registers a button for all 6 of your characters, or however many it is you're playing. Do I think that you would need that to be able to continue playing those characters? Probably so. I can't imagine. I don't like boxing more than 3 characters on the same machine because tabbing through can just get annoying. But that's me literally like turning attack on and then going back to my tank. I don't have any other third-party programs that help me have a healer that responds better, have a tank that knows when to pull aggro, have a DPS that knows when to burn. I don't know how any of that stuff works, so I don't even know what to expect with the anti-cheat improvements. Do I think it's understandable there are a lot of people who would be upset? Absolutely. Especially when they've been playing a game for 20 years and they've probably been cheating for most of it. It's a very divisive discussion. It is hilarious to see how many people get upset from both ends of the spectrum when we're talking about anti-cheating. But I don't know what they've done to improve it so far, and I don't know what to expect for the end of the year. So, moving on from that, we have a new UI engine, which really makes me wonder what to expect for, beyond this year. Are they really finally going to completely modernize EverQuest? Because that's what they really need. For anybody who doesn't know, or you haven't played since like 2002 or 2003, the UI has been mostly unchanged since Lucklin. There have been improvements, they've added additional windows, bits and pieces here and there they have improved, but it has been mostly the same since then. It needs a major overhaul if they plan to attract additional new players to the game. Because there are still occasionally people that were like, wow, I'd really like to try to give EverQuest a try, but it just looks so outdated. So it just makes me wonder what they're planning on doing. I really hope that somewhere down the line in the next few months, if they have made a substantial improvement to the UI engine or even the way it looks, I really hope that that's something that they end up getting feedback from us on. I'm hoping that that's what this Community Resource Council is. Hopefully there are people on there that are actually trying to be on there to get good advice, and not just on the Community Resource Council just to try to see what the next thing coming is. We got the 64-bit servers and clients, and they said that was supposed to help with all of the future projects. Updated graphics, updated UI, updated servers and systems in general. So hopefully that is building up to whatever this new UI engine is they've been talking about, and hopefully that means that we end up getting something that's worthwhile, and that we also don't hate. Are there going to be some hardcore EverQuest people that absolutely hate the change? Probably so, but I'm ready for it because I play games like Final Fantasy XIV, I play some World of Warcraft, I played some newer MMOs like Lost Ark. EverQuest really needs a new UI engine. They need something that is much more customizable and something that just doesn't shit the bed whenever you're trying to change it. Hopefully that means in general it's just going to be better. I don't know what to expect with that, or anti-cheat improvements, so that's where I just kind of want to leave up to you guys. I'm curious to see what everyone's general thoughts are. And again, I just want to revisit the topic of what do you think is going to happen with EverQuest if they actually crack down on cheating? Do you think that EverQuest is for sure a dead and done game at that point? Or do you think that if they introduce something that's a part of the UI that would really help you play with multiple characters at the same time, do you think that that would help salvage the game? Imagine if they actually introduced something new with that UI that allowed you to actively box multiple characters all on one screen. Maybe that's what they plan to do. They have told us so little about it, but there are some major cheaters that need to be cracked down on. The people teleporting around, the people actively camping enemies and preventing other people from getting them, there needs to be some bans handed out for stuff like that. I just think that they've been so worried about banning people because they don't want to lose money. Hopefully they find a really good middle ground for us, and they give us something that everybody would be happy with. And we have a lot to look forward to. Heroic characters to look forward to. We've got the expansion beta, the expansion announcement, we've got anti-cheat improvements, and whatever the new UI engine is, whatever that means, we've got a lot to look forward to. So anyways guys, that is going to be it for this video. We got an announcement coming up soon as far as a Chrono giveaway. I really want to, give a shout out and thank you to everybody who has subscribed to the channel, because now we have well over 800 people following the channel, and that is badass. That is a goal that I never thought that we would meet. So again, thank you. Just keep an eye out for that video, and we'll see you in the next one.